Come on, what did we do in the previous class?
We discussed about the project Atmos and about the JWT token and login authentication part.
Alright, so today we will learn to implement the CRUD operation, about which I might have told you people in the very introduction class, right? We are going to see
Yes,
how
ma'am.
to implement the CRUD operations, and after that, in today's class, I will tell you people about a few facts about the JWT and why do we use them. What are the advantages of using the JWT over HTTP sessions and cookies? We are going to discuss about all those things. Am I clear till this part?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
All right. Just a second. All right. Let me share the screen now. Can anyone tell me the basic difference between relational databases and NoSQL database? Any rough idea?
Relational
Okay.
databases are in the form of tables and rows, while non-relational are not in the form of tables and rows.
Then in which form they do they appear?
Document files.
Okay. I have mentioned in the very previous class to you people for learning the JavaScript. All right. Because without any knowledge of JavaScript, you people will not be able to understand a single thing when you are working in one stack. So go through the JavaScript, each and every concept, and then at that after that you will be able to learn. You'll be able to understand how the things are actually working. Here, I have made um, this entire folder inside which I have made the models folder and then I have placed the server.js folder. Okay, so you people might not be having any kind of idea how to create the backend folder, right? Okay, so do one thing in which I see this is my root folder, all right, which is this is my root folder inside which I will try to create one more folder. So here I will go and name a folder like backend B12 or 11. All right. So inside this folder, what I will do, I will open it in an integrated terminal. And after opening it in an integrated terminal, what will I do? I will write npm init y. See, so when we will go to our backend B11, it's having package.json. When did it got created? After we ran a command that is npm init y. Now, coming on to the significance of this package.json file. This package.json file will be storing all the dependencies that we are going to install inside our inside this folder that is backend B11. Say for example, inside my batch 5.1 over here, I'm also having the package.json. So we people can see we have a dependencies key. It's not a key actually. So this entire format in which the data is appearing to you people is known as a JSON format, which resembles the JavaScript objects. All right. So the main difference between the JavaScript objects and in the JSON format data is that in JavaScript objects we do not place these quotation marks for the key, whereas on the other hand, in case of the JSON, we have to provide the quotation mark to both of them, the keys as well as the values. So inside this JSON, that is package.json file, what are we having? We are having certain dependencies enlisted over here. So what dependencies do we have? We have the cost dependency. We have express mongoose. So as we have discussed, this mongoose is used in order to
Excuse me, ma'am. Your voice is not coming, ma'am.
our database, that is our yes.
Not audible, ma'am.
From the past two
Till
minutes,
which part did you people? Till which part did you people hear clearly?
From beginning, that same problem happening, ma'am. Sound is not coming from beginning. After the making a file directory.
yeah, that
When you
JSON
started
file.
explaining dependencies part.
So is it coming properly to you people?
Now it is, but before it was not.
Okay. So did you people see the command that I wrote in the terminal?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes,
that
ma'am.
npm ITL.
Okay. Yeah. So when we write that command inside the terminal, it provides us the package.json file. This package.json file provides us what all dependencies are present inside our backend folder. Is it clear till this part? Do I need to repeat it again?
No.
No,
Okay.
ma'am.
So after that, what did I do? I tried to just install the dependencies that I require. That is the Express, Mongoose, and NodeMon. And after installing these dependencies, we have got package.lock.json created inside our backend folder. Alright. So the basic difference between the package.json and package.lock.json is that you people can see the versions over here, right? 5.1.2, then 3. 1.10. You can see it, right?
Excuse me, ma'am. Again, there problem having, ma'am.
Hello. Is my voice? How many of you are facing the same issue? All right. Is the voice clear now?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
now it's
Yes,
clear.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So what is happening over here is whichever version we are installing, that is being with the help
Excuse me, ma'am. Still, we are facing issue, ma'am.
of
Yes,
this
ma'am.
package flow. Might
When you switch to VS Code, it start problematic. But after when you again come to meet, it's
Hello. Hello.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am. You are
now
audible.
No, ma'am, your
Yes,
voice
ma'am.
is clear, ma'am.
Okay. The screen should be visible as well.
yes, ma'am.
So you people might have come across certain cases where you people get certain version updates, right? Say for example, if you are creating an entire folder and sharing that folder to your friend, all right, and at that time what has happened, certain version updates have occurred due to which the methods are not working anymore, all right. At that time what will happen, since there has occurred a version update, you have to reconfigure your project. So in order to prevent that from happening, this package log.json locks the current version of the dependencies that we have installed. So this is the difference between the package.json and package lock.json. All right. So this is how we create our entire backend folder. Now, inside the backend folder, what are we having? We are having a folder that is models, inside which we have placed a JavaScript file that is user.js. And inside the same folder, we have created the server.js file. So now what we will do, inside the user.js, we need to create a schema. Now, what is the need of creating a schema? Whenever we try to create a table in MySQL. Before that, what do we write? We write a query, right? Such as create table, after that table name, and then we write whichever columns we require, and then we provide certain constraints to it, like not null, primary key, char, int, varchar, these kind of things, right? So that is about the MySQL. But when we are working with the MongoDB, that is a NoSQL. Over here, we need to generate the schema with the help of a built-in method of mongoose. So over here, in order to use mongoose, we need to import mongoose at the very first place. All right. So how to import it? We have to import. At first, I will create a variable that is const mongoose is equal to, here it should be mongoose. Yeah, here I will create, actually I will write the require method. All right. And inside the require method, I will mention the dependency name, that is mongoose. So this is how we import the dependencies which are present inside our package.json file to our respective folders. All right. So this is the first method through which we can import the dependencies. Coming on to the second method, that is using the import keyword. We can write it as import mongoose from mongoose. Now, which method do we use and what is that thing that is required in order to use these methods? So now going back to our package.json file. So over here, if you people can see the line number 12, in the type it is written as common.js. So whenever the type is common.js, you people are required to use this require method. All right. But when inside this package.json, instead of common.js, we will write module. See, we are getting module over here. So here we will save this. If the type is module, at that time we have to use this import keyword. Is there any doubt till this part?
No, ma'am.
When to use what? All right.
No, ma'am, no doubt.
So as of now, we are going to use the common.js part. Now going back to our models, and here we are good to go to create our schema. So I have to store that schema inside the variable. So in order to store the schema inside a variable, I will create one. So I will name the variable as user schema is equal to, now I will write a new keyword. Can anyone tell me, those who have learned Java, why do we use the new keyword?
To create object.
to create a new object in heap.
Exactly. So here also we are trying to create a new schema, right? In order to create a new schema, we require certain memory. That is why we are also using the new keyword over here. So which built-in method of Mongoose do we require? We require the schema method. See, when we are writing mongoose dot, here we are getting certain built-in methods of mongoose: schema, model, connect, types, connection, many more things which are present inside the mongoose dependency. Mongoose query, all these things: delete model, disconnect, default. These are the built-in methods of mongoose dependency. That is why we use these dependencies in our backend folder. So here, since I am required to create a schema, I will use the schema method. Inside the schema, I am going to provide the column names which I will be storing in my database. First is going to be the name, and this name will have the data type string. And then, in order to make it mandatory for the user to provide the value for this column, I will provide require. And to the require, I will assign the value true. And after the name, I will provide email. Same things will be written inside this. And finally, I will provide the age. And this time, I will provide number instead of string. And all three of these columns are required for the user to put their values. Now, I have to use the schema. See, if I want to create, update, delete, or want to do any kind of operation, on which part am I doing? I'm doing it on the database only, right? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
So, in order to work with the schema, we need to use it in some different file, isn't it? So in order to use this schema inside my server.js, what do I need to do? I need to export the schema. Now, how can I export it? I have to use, at first what I'll do, I'll provide const user, it's the variable, and then I will use mongoose.model. All right. So when you hover on this will say certain things such as all these things. So why are we using this model? Because if we want to access this user schema, instead of writing the whole name, what are we going to do? We are just going to use the user word instead of writing the name of this entire schema. So here we will write user followed by user schema. So in whichever file we will require the user schema, instead of writing the entire variable, we will just write user. And finally, what we will do with the help of module.exports is equal to user. This is how we export the entire schema. Now, by now we have created the schema and exported it. Now, all that thing that we are left to do is inside the server.js. This thing that you are seeing is my Mongo URI. So I have told you people to be ready with your Mongo URIs in the previous classes, right?
Yes.
How many of you do have your Mongo URI? Okay, great. All right. So we will be requiring this Mongo URI in order to connect to our MongoDB database. Over here, I have to install. Here I will write const express is equal to require. Which dependency do we require? We require the express dependency. And after that, const mongoose is equal to require mongoose. And after that, I will take the user schema. Here I will provide const users is equal to require. Here we are going to provide the name of the path of the file, that is from the models we require user. And after that we will provide a variable, that is const app. To this app variable we are going to assign the express dependency that we have uh, imported from the package.json. And after that, here I will provide the port number. Const port is equal to, say for example, 8500. And after the port, I will write app.use. Over here, I will write express.json. Now, why are we using this express.json? See, this express.json is used in order to send a request or receive the responses from the user in the form of a JSON format. So whenever we are trying to send a data, or the server wants to respond us with a data, in which format is it going to return us with? In which format is it going to return us? Instead of providing the raw text, what it does, it provides us the data in a JSON format, which we will be seeing when we will check it in our Postman extension. All right. So here we have written the express.json, and after that we will come back to our mongoose.connect method. With the help of this connect method, we are going to connect our MongoDB database to the Node.js. Copy the URI and with an inverted comma, place it inside the connect method as the first parameter. All right. Once you have pasted it, what else you have to do? Here, write dot then. See this dot then and dot catch. In order to again, you have to learn the promise API of JavaScript. Dot then is used in order to execute the aftercode when what will happen once the connection gets established. So that thing will be written inside the dot then method. And if any error occurs, in order to connect our MongoDB with the Node.js, that will be handled by the catch method. So once the connection gets successfully established, at that time this arrow function will be executed. And this arrow function, what it will do, it will print inside our console that connected to MongoDB. Yeah. So this is the then method, and if any error occurs, for that, in order to handle it, we will use the catch method. So this is the error object. This will log in the console and it will say error establishing the connection. Is there any doubt till this part? Anything that you
No.
want to ask? All right.
No, ma'am.
So this is how we connect our MongoDB to our Node.js. Now the connection is successful. Now what we will do, we have to write app.listen, and inside the listen method we have to pass the port number. All right. And after the port number, we will provide an arrow function which will say it will log in the console. What it will log in the console? It will provide server is running on HTTP localhost And here I want to print my port number. So how will I do that? With the help of this dollar sign and this curly braces. And inside this I will write port. So now can you understand why am I passing the port number as the first parameter? So that I can use the value of my port inside this console.log. Now what I will do, I will save it. Okay. And I will, in order to run this entire backend, we have to write node server.js. Okay. There might be some issue over here. Find module server.js. Alright, this is my, I need to change the directory. I will open this in the integrated terminal. Alright, so this is my directory. Inside this, I will write node server.js. See, we are getting inside our console. That is, server is running on HTTP localhost 8500 and it got successfully connected to the MongoDB. Can you people see this?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now, say for example, if
Yes,
I
ma'am.
want to make any kind of changes in my port number, instead of 8500 port, I want to use the 8000 port and then I will save it. So, in order to do that, and in order to run my entire backend on this port number, I have made change over here. So what I will do, I will stop the server and then I will write node server.js again. Now it is showing that it is running on 8000. Say for example, if we have to make changes, do we have to write the same thing again and again? Node server.js. Instead of writing this entire thing time and time again, what do? We simply use nodemon server.js. It is showing 8000 now. Say for example, I am making changes. I will change it back to 8500 and here I will just say server running on HTTP. I request you people to please switch your mics off. Yeah. So here what I have done, I have made the changes and then I will save it. Can you people see the server is automatically getting restarted?
Yes, ma'am.
This is why we use the node one so that we can prevent the manual writing of node server.js. So this is how we create the server. Now what we will do, we will head towards our CRUD operation. So the HTTP methods about which I have said in the previous classes, get, post, put, delete, all these things are provided to us by this express dependency only. All right. So in order to use those methods, that is get, post, put and delete, we have to use. So here we are using the CRUD operations. I will provide app dot post method. Inside the post method, the first parameter that I have to provide is user. All right. Just keep in mind as of now that we have to provide this as the first thing and we call it as an API endpoint. And how are we going to use it? We will check when I will write this entire function. Okay. So this is my first parameter inside the post method. Next parameter is going to be an asynchronous function. Actually an asynchronous arrow function. This part. And inside this, we will pass request and response as the parameters. All right. And then what I will do inside the asynchronous arrow function, I will begin a try catch block. And inside the try block, I will write a variable that is user is equal to new user. So can you people guess what I'm trying to do over here? Those who have learned Java.
You're trying to create a new instance of a user model.
An object of the user schema, right? And here, what I will write? I will write a request that is req dot. See, I am getting all the things: params, body, query, URL header, all these things. As of now, I will write body. Just keep it in your mind. As of now, we need to write request dot body. And why are we using it? I will entire function. Okay. After writing this, I will write await user dot. I will use the save method, because after creating the new user, I have to save it in my database also. And after creating and saving the user in the database, the server needs to respond the client back with the data which it has stored in its database. So how are we going to send the response to the client? In order to take the request from the client, we use the REQ, which is stored inside the parameter. Now, can anyone tell me what will be used in order to send the data to the client as a response?
Return response dot status dot JSON.
Yeah, we need to write response dot status code is going to be the success status of 201, and in a JSON format we need to send the saved data which we have saved inside our database to the client. All right, and that saved data is present inside our user variable. So this is how we will send the entire data to the client in a JSON format. And if at that time we are going to provide a response with a status code of 400, and in a JSON format we are going to print whichever error is happening. As a message, we are going to print it. All right. Now I will save it. Now what I will do, I will move to my Postman. And here I will create a new HTTP request. So here I will write the same URL, that is HTTP localhost, copy it and then paste it. All right. So from the previous server.js, which method are we using? Which one is this?
Post.
So here instead of get, we have to use the post method. All right. And now coming to the endpoint about which I was saying, about the first parameter, that is user. How can we access this entire function? How to execute this entire function? Or we can also say that how does the server will be able to know which function does it has to execute? Okay, so in order to make this function execute, we need to write this API endpoint in our URL. So here I have written \user. So here I will go and here I will write user. Okay, and after that we have also written request.body. So it has something to do with the request inside the body. So here we can see that we have written body. Now we will go to JSON over here. After that, what I have told you people initially, that we are sending the request to the server in a JSON format. So here we will change it from text to JSON. All right. And how does the JSON format data look like inside the curly braces? So here, what do I have to pass at the very first thing? I have to pass the name and then the email, after that the age. So here I will provide name as, say for example, I will provide the name To this, I will provide the value Derek. And then I will provide the email as derek.dan@ams.com. And then finally, I will provide the age. And since age is a number, we do not need to write it in curly braces. I will provide the age as 20. And then I will hit the send button. Okay. Bad request. Why is it so?
I think in the model there should be required instead of require while defining it in user model. Or
No, require.
you haven't saved require D required, I guess.
No, it should be require only. Yeah, it's require. I might have done something inside the server.js. Using request and response try catch work. Yeah, this one is good. Save is also done. Here, let's provide a message. Error connecting. Error creating the data. And after that, we provide the error message.
It is showing 3 dots at new user, so URL problem may be importing the user model. It's users. Over there, users.
What?
And you are using the name of the model at the top.
Okay, okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right. It should be users of it. So there was a typo. Should work by now. No. Yeah, it got created. Yeah. Let's go back to our MongoDB database. Connect it. See, the data got created, isn't it? Can you people see name, email, and age? Is it
Yes.
visible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is how we made the post request. And after the post request, what we will do, we will try to make a get request so that we can get all the details, all the data which is present inside the database. So similarly, I will copy this entire thing. And after that, paste it over here. Yeah. So instead of post, I will use the get method. And here, I will change the endpoint to all users. And inside the try block, I will write remove this entire thing, because inside the body we do not need to write anything. We just have to provide a variable that is const all users is equal to await users dot. With the help of find method, we are going to fetch all the details which are present inside our users database. Remove this entire part. We do not need to save anything. And in the JSON format, we will return all the users which has been fetched from the database and save it. Now what I will do, I will make the endpoint as all users. And here I will change the method from post to get. And I have to remove all these things from the body. See, we are getting all the data which is present inside our database in a JSON format. Can you people see? These all
Yes,
data.
ma'am.
Now we are getting the direct as well, which we have just created. So this is how we fetch all the data. What if I want to get only a single data? Now, can you people tell me how are we uniquely identifying each and every data which is present inside the database? What is that particular field which is different for each and every data which is present inside the database?
Object ID.
Underscore ID.
ID.
Great. Underscore ID. So what do we have to do? If we want to fetch the details of Ian Scott, okay, at that time, what do I have to do? I just have to copy the object ID of Ian Scott and I have to paste it in my URL in order to fetch the data of this Ian Scott. Okay. So here I will go and I will copy this entire thing again. And then I will paste it. Instead of all users, I will write single user. And here, what I will do, I will, instead of find, I will write find by ID. That's it. And after that, since we have to pass the ID of that particular user as a parameter, okay, as a parameter inside this URL, we have to write request dot params dot ID. Okay, and then we have to place a condition. What is that condition? If not all users. Instead of all users, I will write one user. And here I will write one user. Okay, so what does this mean? This means that the user of whose object ID we have provided, whose object ID we have provided inside our parameter in this part is not existing in the database. At that time, what will happen? Then it will return us the response of status code, that is 404 with a JSON message this will say user not found. All right. And what if the user with that object ID is existing in the database? Then it is going to respond us about the details of that particular user. So here I will provide one user. And then I will save this. Go back over here, and here instead of all users, what do I want? I want single user. Single user, right? Single user, okay. And then over here, we also have to provide the ID in the endpoint. Here I will go, and as I was saying, I need Ian Scott data. Copy this entire ID and paste the ID over here. Send it. See, we are getting the data of Ian Scott only. Name, email, password, and role. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now we have created and read all the users. Now I want to update the existing data. So what do? I have to copy it. What is the HTTP method in order to update a data?
Patch.
Tell me. Okay. And one more is
Put.
there. Okay. Does anyone know the difference between patch and put? No? Okay. So when we are using the put method, at that time, we will get the entire entry which is present inside the database along with the updated data. Okay. But when we are using the as a response, all right, when we will get that entire data which is stored inside the database along with the updated data as a response. But when we are going to use the patch method, at that time we will get only that updated data which we have for which we have sent the request in case of patch method. So here I will change the endpoint to specific user, and then same we have to provide the ID. But the catch over here is instead of find by ID, I have to write find by ID and update. And after this, we need to send the updated data. From where we will send the updated data? Can anyone guess? It's a common sense. If we want to update the name, we have to provide a new name, right? Where do we have to write the new name?
Body.
Great. We have to write the new name inside the body. So from the body also, we are sending the request. So for that purpose, we will write request dot body. And since this is again a new data, we will provide new true. And then we are going to place, instead of one user, I will write updated user. And here I will place one more condition. That is, if the updated user is not present inside the database with that particular object ID. At that time, what will happen? It will again say user not found. And if it is found, then what will happen? It will provide us the updated details of that particular user. Now I will save it. And here I will go change it to specific user. And for Ian Scott, I will write the name as Ian Somerhalder. And here I will make the method put and I will send it. Can you see that the name got changed?
Yes, ma'am.
And if I want to change the role from seller to buyer, send it again. Why is it not happening? Remove it.
Ma'am, we have not type role in our backend.
Okay, the role can only be enumerated, right? Or if I want to change the password, and here I will provide pass 666. Change the email. And the email, I will change it from Ian to AIN @ams.com. All right. So there might be certain constraints in the backend which I have made for this particular. Let's refresh it. See, the data got updated. AIN@ams.com. Can you people see the email?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello. All right. So did you people understand how to make the update request?
Yes.
Finally, we'll go back to the delete request. Understood, right? Till this part?
Yes.
Or is there any doubt? Now tell me which method do I have to write over here instead of put?
Delete.
Delete.
Okay. And here instead of specific user, I will write only user.
Yes.
And here instead of find by ID and update, we have to write find by ID and delete. And instead of, yeah, we don't need to send anything inside the body and no new data is being created. So we just have to write request.params.id. And then finally, we will provide a JSON message that the user got deleted. User got deleted. Save it. Go back over here. And yeah, this time make it a delete request. Remove it. Send it. Okay. Refresh it. See, Ian got deleted. Can you people see? And if I want to delete this Ethan Lee, copy the ID, copy it, and then paste it over here. Send it. Refresh it. Got deleted. Understood how the things are working? Any doubt?
Yes.
Any kind of doubt? All right. If there are no doubts with you people, then you people can leave the meeting. All right. And if there are any doubt with you people, then you can ask me. All right.